Hi everyone, this is the video on how to glaze your hand-built pieces with bottles. All of our bottles are over on the shelf. You can see there are little test blocks, and the number on the test block relates to the number on the bottle. So if I like this yellow, number 63, up on top, it should say 63 on the bottle. You can also read, it says sun yellow. That's probably the right color. The top of the bottle, 63, should match the side of the bottle, 63. You can use any of these colors for your hand-built pieces. The numbers 13 through 22, these are called element glazes. They're a little bit taller bottles. They also have numbers. This is number 18, sea spray. The elements actually give more of a high fire feel to the pot. They have a little bit more variation in their color. Those are my favorite. The numbers up in here, they turn out pretty standard. The orange turns orange. Green turns green. Blue turns blue. When you take a bottle, pick it up by the bottle. Sometimes people don't put the caps on tight, and that's a really big problem because that lets the water escape and they dry out. Many of these bottles are between $12 and $20 a bottle. So when you pick up your bottle, make sure you pick it up by the bottle. Make sure the cap is on tight. I usually put a pointer finger on the bottle and shake it up really well. These are just kind of like ketchup and mustard, you know, the sediment sits at the bottom and the water rises to the top. If you ever pour ketchup out and without shaking it, it's kind of watery, kind of the same thing. If you don't shake your bottles, your glazes won't turn out very colorful. You have paintbrushes on your desk. These brushes are for the bottles. Please make sure after you use them to wash them really well and point the brush up. That's going to keep them in really good shape. And when you're glazing, you should glaze the large areas first on your pieces. So the background of your box or the largest areas, paint those first. If you get glaze on an area where you don't want it to be, just go over to the sink, grab a sponge, wipe off the glaze, let it dry a little bit, and then you can glaze over it. Large areas first, then work your way to smaller areas. What else is there? Over here you can see these are some test blocks done by Ceramics B. And so the way you can read these, if I like this color, it's a little dusty, the B, the base color, is blueberry bubble. The T is the top coat, and that's apple teeny, letter C. So if you look over here, these two cabinets here and here, 1 and 2, have what we call Crystal X glazes. These are glazes that have letters on them. And the reason they have letters is because they have chunks of glass in the bottom that when you glaze your piece, you want the chunks. They melt and they give kind of a sparkle effect. The glass melts and kind of gives the variation of that. Do I have an example? No. What's kind of nice is you can layer different colors of glaze. So for this one, they took that blueberry bubble gum, they used this one, and they put another Crystal X on top of it. You can do that. Or if you want to get a really nice blue, if you go back and look at these blues, we have medium blue, light blue, dark blue, a turquoise blue. Maybe you put dark blue on the bottom and a light blue on the top and layer them and see what they come out like. So you can do that. You should coat your pot with every single color 2 to 3 coats. So if I painted on the dark blue, that would be 1 coat. It dries pretty quick, then I could put light blue on top. That would be the 2nd coat. That probably would be pretty good. If I wanted to use, we have some different pinks. This is a peekaboo pink. I hate these bottles. They have little tops on, so we'll see if we can get little, I might have containers that I pour the glazes in, and then you just have to close the container lid. But if I wanted a nice bright pink, I would put 2 or 3 coats of this one color to get a nice solid coat on the glaze piece. Anything else? Before you glaze, you should rinse your pot off with some water. You can also take some sandpaper and sand kind of the bottom of the box or your piece, anywhere it might be kind of rough, you can sand them. Rinse them off just like you would rinse a dish. They'll dry pretty quick, and then help yourselves to the bottle glazing. When you're done, please make sure the cap gets on the correct bottle, screw them very tight, and put them back where you found them. If this is bottle number 50, find tile 50 and put it back. If you use some of these, quick one, Crystalette glazes, they have letters on them. They go in cabinets 1 or 2. Have fun, be creative. Don't glaze the bottom of your pot. Okay? If it touches the table, it shouldn't have any glaze on it. Other than that, that's about it. Have fun.